Hi everybody, it's Duncan Pritchard here. Thank you for all your discussions and comments on week 2 on knowledge and skepticism. I've been following the discussion as of the TAs who are helping out with administering this course, and I thought this would be a good juncture to record something. Looking at the discussion, as you would expect, a lot of the issues that are raised are the kinds of things that also got raised last time. Obviously this MOOC runs twice a year, and I recorded a piece to camera just a few months ago, actually, when the MOOC ran last time round. So this would have been probably about October time. And looking back, it just seems like a lot of things I said there cover issues that crop up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the TA people like Ben, who are helping out, Dee, Rosa, who are helping out with administering this course. I'm going to ask one of them to see if they can post that video again. The kinds of things I discussed last time were the nature of Gettier cases. You know, are they artificial? Is this a problem? I talked about a little bit more about the relationship between knowledge and certainty. I think this is something that's cropped up a few times on discussion boards this time round. You know, does it matter that we can know things where we're not completely certain, where we might turn out to be wrong? I talked a little bit more about skeptical hypotheses, what they are, what follows from them, why we should be worried about them. Relatedly, I talked about this idea of skepticism as a paradox. So what the skeptic's trying to do, what they claim to be doing, is highlighting a deep tension within our own fundamental concepts, right? So these are like very basic concepts that we've got about reasons and about truth, and about relationship between knowledge and truth, knowledge and reasons, and so forth. And the skeptic says that there's something paradoxical going on there, some deep conflict. That's why they claim it's a paradox to what they're offering. I talk as well about the practical ramifications of skepticism, and I can see, again, this is cropping up a lot on discussion boards. I can see the temptation of the thought. The thought is something like, well, if we can't tell the difference, then why does it matter? So I talk a little bit there about why it does matter, even though we can't tell the difference, and that's undeniably true. And then finally, I talked about lucky knowledge. You know, some people raised that last time. It's cropped up a couple of times this time. Why should we care so much about having knowledge which is immune to the sort of luck, particularly the kind of luck that's in play in Gettier-style cases? So as I say, I'm going to post that video again, and then hopefully that will help resolve some of these issues. One thing that's cropped up this time, there's a number of things that cropped up this time. I can't hope to cover them all, but one thing that cropped up, which I thought was quite interesting, was this idea that so I talk about how justification requires one to have reasons, and some people have said, well, you know, people like the prejudiced juror, for example, this scenario that I depicted in the lecture. Well, in a sense, the prejudiced juror does have a reason for why they believe what they do. You know, it's prejudice, right? I mean, they can give reasons. But notice when epistemologists talk about reasons, we have something quite specific in mind. So when we talk about reasons, we can mean something which isn't particularly epistemic. So we can talk about reasons just simply in the sense of whatever it is that makes you believe what you do. So in that sense, the reason why the prejudiced juror believes what he does is just prejudice, right? That is, in one sense, his reason. It's what makes him believe what he does. What we're interested in as epistemologists when we talk about reasons is reasons for thinking that such and such is the case, right? Reasons for thinking that something is true. So prejudice isn't a good reason for thinking that someone's guilty. That they were seen by reliable witnesses at the scene of the crime, that they, you know, their forensics confirmed their DNA on the murder weapon, those kinds of things. Those are reasons for thinking that it's true that they're guilty, right? It's reasons for thinking something's true, not just reasons for why they believe it. And that's something important to bear in mind here. When we say that justification or reasons have a role to play in knowledge, it's those kinds of reasons that we have in mind. Reasons for thinking that something's true, not reasons merely, not reasons why you believe what you do, which might have nothing to do with the truth. Okay, so I'll close off there. So please do have a look at that other video, and I'll keep a look on discussion boards. If other things arise, or if it looks like certain things aren't, you know, you feel like they're not resolved by this video or the last video, then I can always come back and post something more. We're into the next week now, but that's okay. These discussions often last more than, you know, beyond the week that the videos are played. So thanks again for all your contributions to the course.